Hello and welcome to this week's video. With recent Big Six teams not qualifying for Europe, I was starting to ask the question, are Aston Villa the newest members of the Big Six? First of all, who are the Big Six? Well, I think we all know it's Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham. These are probably the most successful clubs and probably bring the most revenue, but my criteria of what makes them the Big Six is their all-time trophies, European qualification in the last 5 years, financial power and recent success. I think these are a good full combination would quantify what the Big Six is. And we're going to go through this video and compare where Aston Villa fit within this and if they are, by the numbers at least, a member of the Big Six. The first thing you need to look at is all-time trophies. Now, for Villa to kind of be contenders in this, they would probably have to beat at least one of the Big Six in every category of these to qualify. So in terms of trophies, Villa have 21, Tottenham 17, United 44, Man City 27, Liverpool 47, Chelsea 24, and Arsenal 30. Now, although uh, Aston Villa can't compete with like Liverpool or Man United in terms of trophies, they do have more than Tottenham. And there is also an argument for the types of trophies in terms of prestige. So I've not included the Community Shield because I don't really count that as a relevant trophy. To me, it's a glorified friendly. But if you look, Villa have more than Tottenham. And to be fair, they're not far from Chelsea, though you could argue a lot of Chelsea trophies are a bit more prestigious. They won an extra Champions League, an extra Europa League, one less Premier League, one more FA Cup. So yeah, they're not each other. Tottenham, I think Villa are above. So it's definitely a category that Villa do tick and succeed in. Um, over time, hopefully in the next 10 years, if we're as successful as we've been in the last 3 or 4, we could genuinely get higher and maybe close Chelsea down. The next category is European qualification throughout history. So I've gone back through and checked every season because I've been in Europe, and this is a big goal from Villa to the next closest. So Man City are the second least amount of seasons in Europe with 25. Villa on 17, so they are quite a long way off in that regard. And you got Tottenham and Chelsea back on 31. And if you're looking more in depth at the seasons in the Champions League, which is where the best teams will be, so for Villa to be in the top six, and that they are a long way away from Tottenham. Three and not three out of three of the Villa 17. Tottenham had nine, so it's Villa are a long, long way off in this category. Um, I mean, and then there's no point comparing to again Arsenal and Liverpool because they're just too far in front. Next up, financial power. Now, I know I've not got the exact figures for this because it's quite hard to get financial information out of football clubs, but I think this gives a general overall picture of basically the financial situation with the revenue and so for the revenue, Villa have the least revenue, which is basically dictates how much a club can spend. Um, and it's the least by quite a way. I say an estimate, but it's not even close to Tottenham, they're the next closest. The wage bill, they do have a higher wage bill. Tottenham shows that they are ambitious and the owners are backing them financially. But Tottenham aren't far away. And the next closest to Villa would be Chelsea. Uh, Again, these are estimates. Well, actually, these are rough estimates. Yeah, so we'll wait and see. In terms of debt, um, Villa don't have a lot of debt compared to Man United and Tottenham. Now, Man United's debt is down to the Glazers' ownership, and Tottenham's debt is down to the new stadium. But Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal, well, Chelsea don't have any debt because Abramovich paid it off when he left the club. I'm not really sure. Man City can just wiggle the financial books as much as they want, and I'm assuming Arsenal doing the same. If you look at also the squad market value, again, Villa at the bottom. But my argument to that would be maybe we have an underrated squad then. Because the last few seasons we have finished above Tottenham and Man United, and not this season, but not the last 2 seasons we took Man United, but we've finished above them at various points. So maybe our score's underrated. And the last thing is their owners' wealth, which I think kind of shows what Villa's biggest contributor to competing financially is down to the owners, and if they ask for their money at the club, Villa will be in deep, deep trouble. So a big reason to why we're competing is down to our owners because we don't have the revenue, um, basically to compete with the big six. Next one thing, and I think this is the most important for any general football fans, how you've done in the last 5 years. Now, Villa have one major trophy, which is the Europa League. Tottenham also have the Europa League. Man City, obviously, Champions League, Premier League. Liverpool have a Premier League. Chelsea have the Champions League. Yeah, and Arsenal have a Premier League. Minor trophies. Villa, although they don't well need, they are the same as Tottenham, Chelsea, and Arsenal, which are their big competitors. In terms of Champions League qualification, last 5 years, Villa have two, but it will be three this year, and Tottenham will stay on two. So, but again, it's like level with Tottenham and Villa, with Tottenham and Chelsea. I mean, the last league finishes with, if you look at Villa's 14th, 7th, 4th, 6th, it seems to be getting better. Um, and then Tottenham 4th, 8th, 5th, 17th, 17th is getting worse. Chelsea 3rd, 12th, 6th, so it's more inconsistent with them being around there. There's a Champions League again. Villa, well, I mean, they've got equal to Chelsea, Liverpool. Well, you're not competing with Arsenal and City, but they're above Man United and Tottenham. And the last 5 seasons, that season across the year, Villa are fourth with Tottenham and Chelsea both having less seasons in Europe. So at the moment, Villa are trying very competitive in this area. So overall, in terms of all-time trophies, I think Villa are better than Tottenham, which is probably the closest for in their big six. European qualification, though, they are a long way away. They would need 10 years probably to catch up to Tottenham at least and Chelsea. Financial power will win nowhere near because our revenue's not high enough, and Tottenham's nowhere near the big six. In the last 5 years, I would say we're better, but being completely unbiased, it's probably on par with Tottenham's in terms of the statistics and the numbers. I think if you gave Villa 10 more years of this level of success and upping our revenue streams and become more of a global brand, we can be in that top six. But right now, we, although we do overachieve some of the big six clubs in certain areas, like the trophies, in certain other areas like the financial power, we're nowhere near it. So I don't think we are yet a member of the big six. But in the next 5 to 10 years, thinking the success we're having, we could potentially be there. I think that's the kind of general overview of this. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you can like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.